What's good with you guys? What is good with you all? Let's get it popping on the late night tap in with Tariq. Wait on everybody to get on in the room. Waiting on everybody to get in the room. How y'all living, man? Turn this fan off. Hold on. Oh man, what's going on with y'all, man? We doing the late night tap in. I always say I ain't gonna be on here too long, and I end up on here for 3 hours. Man, what's going on with y'all, man? I'm glad to have everybody tuning in. Why don't y'all give us a nice retweet to let everybody know that we're live right now? Ladies and gentlemen, also, I got to thank everybody for the phenomenal, wonderful birthday wishes people were giving me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, people texting. Very, very lovely birthday. I was with the family today. My mother and daughter took me to Nobu for brunch for my birthday. So I've been just doing the family thing today. Um, So shout out to everybody who gave me birthday shout outs. Much respect and much love to you guys. And shout out to everybody who, for my birthday gift, gave a contribution to the Hidden History Museum at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. That was the gift. That's the only gift I wanted, was people to contribute to the Hidden History Museum so that we can do great things for the community, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff we're going to get into tonight. Shout out to all the people on the East Coast who y'all be hanging in there. Do y'all ever go to damn sleep? Y'all don't be going to sleep worth a damn. Y'all be in here at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then y'all asses got to get up and go to work at 7. I don't know how New Yorkers sleep. Y'all don't sleep for shit, man. Shout out to my East Coasters. Even when I go out there, I can't sleep because it's always something going on. Like at 3 o'clock in the morning, people outside just kicking it. So that just brings my energy up. When they say that's the city that don't sleep, that is not no damn joke. I remember seeing folks leave the club to go to work. That's the only you see stuff like that in New York. People will leave the club and have a backpack with work clothes in them and leave the club smelling like a daiquiri going to work. All right, New York. But anyway, speaking of clubbing and partying, man, the BET playback. Did y'all see the BET Awards? Can we keep it real? The BET Awards was kind of a ratchet mess. Is that anything new though? It's kind of a ratchet mess. It was kind of a big back ratchet mess. It was I don't know. I try not to be too judgmental, but damn. It was just the performances were whatever. Shout out to Will. I like Will Smith. He did his thing, and I didn't see the whole thing. I just kind of saw bits and pieces. You know, um, a lot of ratchetness, twerking, people on the red carpet. I don't know, man. Is it me? Where are the stylists? People just didn't. I don't know. The stuff people had on was trash. They had on weird outfits. Saucy Santana up there in like a big garbage bag with his big ashy legs out, and Angela Simmons. Did y'all see her? They were getting on her case, and I like the Simmons family. I like Rev Run and the family, but she's out here with a damn gun purse, pointing to her purse. Her purse is shaped like a gun, and she's pointing it, and she got the little lunch lady arms flapping around. And I'm okay. Okay, this ain't you. This ain't a good look. Um, all over the place, and Sexy Red is being Sexy Red, and I won't even have to go there. And in the middle of all of this ratchetness, you got Taraji P. Henson trying to scare people into voting. I'm like, what the hell? This is a mess. This is a damn mess. And the people, when Taraji P. Henson was doing the whole, y'all better vote, y'all. Democracy is on the line, y'all. We gotta vote. It's real serious, y'all. Oh, stop. Hi, y'all just had musty ass hood rats sitting up here twerking, and now y'all want to have a serious moment about voting. And the audience didn't seem like they were feeling any of that talk, and as they shouldn't. Y'all try to put have ratchetness with a cherry on top. No, 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 no. Please don't try to go there. It was too ratchet to try to have a serious moment. Like, no, 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 no. And plus the scaring Project 2025, y'all. It's gonna take away our rights. We gotta get out here. This is serious. We gotta shut up. Taraji, poor Taraji, and we know Taraji needs the money. Taraji was out here crying a few months ago how she ain't getting no money. So they know who to get to push the agenda. They know who to get. They know the people who are desperate for some paper. Just a few months ago, this woman was doing a press junket on a movie talking about how she ain't getting no money, crying. I called Oprah, I ain't getting paid like I'm supposed to, y'all. I had to I had to go to budget rent a car. Stop. Then the movie flopped, and oh Lord, poor thing. Poor thing. Hollywood, it's a mess out here in Hollywood, man. It's a damn mess. It's a mess. And that's why it's so easy for them to get these actors. They don't really make a lot of money like that. So every little dime they get, they're so grateful. They'll toe the line. They'll just say anything. Whatever the Democrats want them to say, they'll go along with it. And that fiasco with Kamala Harris out here doing the whole sister girl thing, that was so cringy. I talked about that last night. That was the most cringiest. Oh god, that was super duper cringy. And that the scare tactics ain't gonna work. We're not falling for that. We're not falling for scare tactics. We're not gonna vote out of fear no more. We ain't doing that. This whole thing where they're trying to create the boogie. Trump is the boogeyman, and if Trump gets in office, Trump is gonna get us. And reproductive rights, y'all. We're not gonna have reproductive rights. They're gonna bring back Project 25. That's the new boogeyman for the Democrats. Project 25 is a nothing burger. That ain't nothing. These people ain't gonna do a damn thing that they have not already been doing. We're not voting out of fear. Trump didn't do anything to us when he was in office. Trump didn't have any policies that really negatively affected black people exclusively. He just didn't. But he gonna do it this time, y'all. No, no, y'all not gonna scare us with Trump. Biden's ass, the Democrats, they got policies that's kicking us in the ass right now. Because right now, the Democrats are flooding these black neighborhoods with these violent ass illegals who's doing all types of crimes left and right. And they're undermining us. They're doing that right now. Yeah. That's negatively affecting us now. That's the reality. It's negatively affecting us. And all the stuff they do, we have to absorb it, which we're saying, no, we don't want to do that. Just like out there in Houston. In Houston, you heard about the high HIV rates out there. They're talking about how high the HIV rates are in Houston. How people are they're finding out people are going to the doctor finding out they got HIV, which is unfortunate. But I see some people are trying to drag back that whole down low boogeyman stuff. Let me tell you something. That whole down low thing, where it's really down low black men in America that's really spreading the HIV. That was cap, man. That was all cap. That was a propaganda psyops, man. That's not why it was a bunch of HIV going around like that. The reason why, and I've said this many, many times, you look at the cities with those high HIV rates, those are the same cities with the high immigration rates. That's what they're not telling you. Them cities with them high immigration rates, That's where you see the high HIV, because Obama and those guys, they signed some kind of order where they wouldn't ban people from immigrating here if they had HIV. They used to have a thing where you had to be disease free if you came here. It was Obama, guys, and I want y'all to look this up. He signed an order where even if you HIV positive, you can come on over here. Yeah, I think it was it Obama? I know he signed. It was one of those things. I want to say it was Obama. It was one of those Democrats who signed one of those joints, who just made it. Well, just made it all open. They were doing it anyway. They were letting people over here with all types of diseases any damn way. They've been doing that because everybody. You're not going to do a test on them all the time, and then people are coming over here illegally. You really don't know what's going on with them. But places where there's a high concentration of immigrants, like Washington D.C., there's a high HIV rate out there in D.C. And I've talked to nurses out there who said that a lot of those women who have it are them immigrant women. And that's because those women they be laying up with them nasty white zaddies all the time. And at Atlanta, that's another place, a lot of immigrants there. Houston, it's flooded with immigrants out there. There was a case a few months ago, like a month or a year ago, this damn tether running around here sexually assaulting women, and he was HIV positive. And he had some kind of West African last name. Y'all look that up. They caught one of these dudes just going around sexually assaulting women, and he was HIV positive. It was a damn tether in Houston. I'm not trying to denigrate the immigrants and none of that, but y'all not going to play that whole down low thing on us when the real issue is some of these people coming over here, flooding these cities, and they got diseases and stuff because they come from these places where these diseases are already high. You understand? That's unfortunate. I'm not trying to denigrate anybody, but ain't nobody going to dump that garbage off on us, man. That ain't cool. Real talk. Huh? But again, the BET Awards, going back to BET, that was kind of a mess. Um, and what's interesting, they had Ice Spice and all them twerking and popping ass. The only real moment that was on the BET was Usher. Usher did a speech, and Usher was kind of spitting some real stuff. He was using profanity, and they were bleeping him. I'm like, why? Why are y'all bleeping him? Y'all just got like all of these hood rats up here spreading uterus juice all over the place, and now you want to censor Usher? Now you want to ban him or mute him because he's saying a few cuss words? All right, but Usher was saying some real stuff. He kept it 100, talking about the industry and giving props to the people who kind of looked out for him. So real interesting thing. Speaking of music industry. Y'all see what happened to your boy Rick Ross, rapper Rick Ross up there in Canada. Rick Ross went up there to Canada. He had an appearance up there, and I think after his set or whatever, he started playing "They Not Like Us," and some Canadian goons swooped down on him and his crew. They started putting hands. Some of them Canadian goons put hands on Rick Ross and his crew. That was crazy. The Canadians got buck for Drake. They put hands on Rick Ross and his crew. They really beat down one of his security guards. Now, and under one of the videos on Instagram, Drake liked the video. And people are kind of low key clowning Rick Ross now, but here's the problem. Here is the problem that a lot of people ain't really looking at. With that situation, do y'all know there's a major green light on Drake in LA and Miami now? You know there's a green light on Drake now. Now some people are kind of trying to explain like, "Oh, these weren't Drake's people, these were fans." Don't matter. Drake liked the video of these dudes swooping down on Rick. So it looked like Drake gave it a cosign. Family, that means there is a double green light on Drake right now. If Drake comes to LA or Miami, There's a green light on Drake right now. Cat's gonna try to get some get back. This thing has officially spilled over into the damn streets. It has officially crossed a different line now. This is where it gets a little dangerous. This is where it gets dangerous. I think Drake might know that. When they're trying to put hands on folks and take this thing to some fisticuffs, these LA cats, that's all they need to see. Oh, it's on. Man, I'm saying, I don't want to see nothing bad happen to nobody, but boy, Drake, I would tell Drake not to come out here. I would tell Drake not to come out here because these cats out here, they're waiting for it to go to that level. That's what they're like itching for it to go that level. If we taking it to the streets, they're like, oh, cool, come on out, let's take it to the streets then. It's gonna go way different than it went in Canada. That's the mindset of the dudes out here. I mean, good, bad, right or wrong. I'm just telling you the mindset. They're looking at that like, oh, okay, we doing that. So yeah, you saw at the BET Awards out here, they ran up on Gunna. Y'all saw that clip? Somebody pushed up on Gunna at the BET Awards. They ran up on him and like, hey man, get up out of here with all that snitch shit, man. All that snitching don't work out here, brother. They just walked up on him inside the BET Awards just to kind of let him know that, hey man, you can get touched anywhere. Because he wasn't with his security guards or nothing. Gunna wasn't with nobody. He was with like a publicist or something. But he was inside the BET Awards where he thought, okay, he was like out there kind of by the red carpet where, people think, okay, it's safe. Um, Now, one of these goons walked right up on him. Y'all saw that? I know y'all saw the video. They're sending a message, man, you can be touched anywhere. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like to see that type of stuff, but that's just the way it is, unfortunately. That's the way it is, unfortunately. So, I hope this thing works out. But yeah, Drake co-signing that, I don't know. I hope everything is going to be all right. We're going to get some calls in here in a minute, man. We do have a lot of people in here. We're going to get some calls in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. We will get some calls in a second. People are still talking about Biden. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to do with Biden. The Democrats are in a pickle. They don't know what to do with Biden because they know Biden don't really have a chance of winning. Biden, after that debate fiasco, Biden's name is mud. So they're trying to figure out what to do. The Democratic Party, they're still in disarray right now. They're trying to figure it out because here's the thing. I want y'all to understand how white supremacy works. Um, and this is why I want y'all to understand why the Democrats, and this is what you guys are going to see. You're going to see them really pandering to black people, just like with the BET Awards and all of that. They're going to start pandering to us to kind of prop up Biden. Because, see, here's the thing. Biden has basically lost his damn mind. He's feeble and senile right now. He's lost his mind. Biden's mind is gone. All right. His mind is gone. He can't think. And when old white people can't think no more, that means you can't really uphold white supremacy effectively. I want y'all to understand how this game works out here. Because his mind is feeble, he can't really uphold white supremacy like he needs to. So now he might slip up and, because his mind is feeble, this dude, he don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. He might sit up here and sign an executive order or something. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna give blacks the reparations tomorrow. They don't know what he's gonna do because his mind is gone. So he can't effectively hold up white supremacy. So this is why white society has basically kicked Biden to the curb. That's why y'all saw after he did that debate, the people were abandoning him in real time. They were like, hey, Biden is done. He needs to step down. Biden needs to get out of here. The white people were abandoning his ass in real time. They were throwing him to the curb. You see, if you can't uphold white supremacy like we need you to with a clear mind, you have to know what you're doing in order to maintain this system. You're useless. So they're going to throw him to black folks. So what his handlers are doing, they're going to get all the Negro flunkies because they know that a lot of these Democratic Boule Negroes have a plantation mindset. So you're going to see them really surround Biden. And they already doing it. That's why they had that Juneteenth thing with Billy Porter sitting up here kissing on his hands with his little moist self. They're going to really, really push Biden around a lot of black folks lately. I mean, in the next few months, y'all going to see Biden. Y'all gonna see him at fish fries. Y'all gonna see him at barbecues. Y'all gonna see him at black churches. They're gonna really put a lot of these plantation Negroes around Biden. White folks do not like older white people who lost their minds. They're useless. You can't maintain white supremacy. They throw them away. And what do? They throw them to black folks. That's why when white people get old and senile, what do their families do? They put them in a nursing home and they give them a black nurse. Right? Them old, feeble white people. You see videos of them. They always got some black caretaker. They send them to black folks. White folks don't. They don't want to be bothered with an old, feeble-minded white person. Other white folks do not want to be bothered. You understand? If this is how white supremacy thinks, if this person can't maintain white supremacy, we don't need them, and they understand that. That's why they don't want other white people taking care of their old elderly family members because they know the white people will off them or something. They'll make them sign some kind of insurance form, and they know how devilish their people are. So they don't. They know that their people might be abusing them or something, but they know a black person to take care of them, and they know that a lot of black people have that plantation mindset. Like, oh, massa, I take care of you in your old dying day, massa. Oh, I bathe you, I cleanse you, I pray for you. So yeah, they love tossing their old, elderly, feeble-minded white people to black people to take care of them. Yeah, they love that. That's that old driving Miss Daisy thing. You make a left. Oh, yeah, Miss Daisy. Now, black people are real loyal to these people. Yeah, black people are real loyal. Yeah. But it's about to be interesting these next few months leading up to November. It's going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, they're not going to scare us with the whole Trump is the boogeyman and Trump is going to get us. They're not scaring us with that. They're not afraid. Now, let's get some of these calls in here. Let's get Kiki. Let's get Kiki in here. Let's get Kiki in the building. Miss Kiki, what's happening? Kiki, would you unmute your microphone? It would be great if you unmuted that microphone. All right. While we're waiting on Kiki, let's get Umpeta. Let's get Umpeta while we're waiting on Kiki. And raise your hand if you want to get on. I don't want to start letting people on and you ain't ready to talk or your phone is janky. Umpeta. All right, you want to turn your microphone on. All right, well, let's try this. If you are ready to talk, raise your hand. Let's do it like this. If you're ready to talk, raise your hand because I'm letting up these people ain't ready to talk. Let's get Ralphie in the building. Let's get Ralphie in here. All right, Ralphie.
From New York, and I had to fight a couple of Hell's Angels. My cousin had a tattoo expo in Syracuse.
So you had to fight some Hell's Angels?
Yeah, they tried to steal my like literally they tried to steal my nachos.
Some
Like
Hell's
literally.
some Hell's Angels tried to steal your nachos.
Yeah.
Now, where are you
Like
from? Where are you from?
I'm from East LA.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you got your nachos back. Are you a Hispanic gentleman? Are you Hispanic?
No, I'm indigenous Apache and Yaqui, and
Really?
then my father is Black American.
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Are you on the do you have a federally recognized Indian card?
I don't have a card, so to say, but my people are from the um they're from the Yaqui Indian Reservation of Tucson.
Okay. Do you get any federal monthly benefits
No, because I'm not like connected to them.
to the tribe? Right, you got to have the card.
Yeah.
Right, you got to have that card. If I were you, I would go get that card and get up on some of the benefits. They got a whole bunch of benefits that they give people when they get them cards. Out here in California, you heard about one of them tribes. They just gave them back a whole bunch of land. They just gave them a
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I heard about that. I
Yeah,
heard
so
about that.
they just allocated acres and acres of land to one of these red tribes. So yeah, we're trying to get what we're supposed to get. We need some of that too, as foundational Black Americans who are the foundation of America. Family, we got to really stand on that business because we get shamed. We got this thing where people try to shame us. Well, yo, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. How y'all big and the white man? Yeah, shut up with that. And y'all stop letting people punk you with that. These are the people who are begging so-called the white man. We're owed something. Man, do y'all know how much land these white supremacists, aided by the federal government, because they would send the National Guard in here to protect these white people, the white supremacists, after they stole our stuff, after they stole our land? It was the damn government protecting these people. They stole our land all over this country. All over this damn country. They stole, just took our land and put it in their names and left us landless, penniless. Man, we're supposed to get our stuff back. Y'all stop being afraid to say, hey, we need our compensation. Stop letting these people punk you out and gaslight you. Stand on business. Ooh, no, I don't want to offend nobody. Damn that. Just your presence is going to offend them. The hell with that. Stand on business. Twizzle. Let's get Twizzle in here.
What's up, T? What's up with a real player, man?
My brother, how you doing, sir?
You know me, I'm official as a referee's whistle, man. I ain't complaining. But first and foremost, happy birthday to the player, man. Welcome to the 50 club, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Now, are you from the Oakland? You from California?
Man, come on, man. You hurt my feelings, man. We done had this talk before, man. You know I'm from the town, man. You know how we get down. You
There it
know, we
is.
real players, man. You know, I was up there, Kenny Red funeral and everything, man.
Oh
You know
man,
how it is. You know what I'm
yes
saying? But
indeed.
hey, shout out to you, bro. I can't give you enough flowers and enough respect, and you got so many goddamn stripes, man. We're gonna have to add them to the next sleeve, man. You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? But we just had a debate on here where people had an attitude with us because we were standing on our American flag business. You know, we were telling people that we have a right to be proud of the American flag because, as me personally, I trace my lineage back to 1851. And for what we can recall, my dad fought in Vietnam and his father before him fought in World War II, and they fought for that flag, you know? So we got a lot of people in here who have an issue with this, and we like, well, we gonna stand on this. We gonna stand on our Black American flag. We gonna stand on the American flag, and we gonna stand on everything that we didn't fought for, you know. And to say, I'm sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish, man. Finish, bro. Go
No,
ahead.
and I just want to say that you have a problem with the American flag. We was talking about the black woman who sold the flag, and they was like, yeah, they made her sold it. But to even if they did make her sold it, that's even more reasons for her to support. That's even more reasons for us to support that flag and stand on the American flag because as our brother Unc said, we made that American flag what it is. So to all these
Exactly.
people here saying that they got a problem with us flying the American flag, we got a pole that y'all can sit on and spin around in and act like y'all a stripper from Atlanta or somewhere because we don't have no time for y'all. So
Real
we
talk.
standing on American business, black American business. And I dropped my mic there. Happy birthday, T, bro. I love you,
Thank.
man.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. My brother made some very good points. Yeah, we represent the American flag because that's who we are. When they try to say, well, because Grace Wisher, she was the sister who helped sew the modern American flag that we know it now, the Stars and Stripes. She was the one who was sewing that flag. And then people try to play this, well, they made her do it. Well, y'all don't say that about Betsy Ross. Remember, they gave props to Betsy Ross for sewing the first American flag. They always gave props to her. They made her sew it. She was commissioned to sew that flag. They never say, "Oh, Betsy Ross was made to do it." No, they honor her for sewing the one of the early versions of the American flag. They've always honored her. But when Grace Wisher, who sewed the modern flag, oh, they just made her do it. No, no, no. There's the same type of patriotism for that foundational Black American sister who sewed that modern flag that we use now. Yeah, we don't have a problem with the American flag. That's our flag. This is our country. We made the country what it is as foundational Black Americans. Tethers are always trying to shame us, like, why y'all Negroes y'all got them American flag? That's the flag of the imperialists. Dude, all of y'all tethers got flags from imperialist countries that made you flee. Y'all don't really want to go there. See, this is why knowing history is very important, because you can start breaking these folks all the way down with their own logic. Y'all can't sit up here talking about imperialism and basically your country was created in the late 1800s by imperialists. Your countries were named by imperialists. Some of your flags are carbon copies of imperialist flags or white supremacist flags, like the Jamaican flag. The Jamaican flag is a carbon copy of the Scottish flag. It's just green. The Scottish flag is like white and blue, something like that. It's the same flag. Some Scottish white dudes created the Jamaican flag. You understand, little stuff like that. See, when you know history, you don't let these people talk crazy. The American flag, this is something that, and real democracy, we were the ones who fought to maintain that. Even giving honor to soldiers, Memorial Day, that was foundational Black Americans. We said, hey, let us, as foundational Black Americans, let's give honor to some of the soldiers who died fighting wars for the maintenance of this country. We said, let's do that because the white supremacists all over the country, they were demoralized after the Civil War. They were completely demoralized because it was cousin fighting cousin, you understand, family member fighting family member. So they were very demoralized. So it was foundational Black Americans who said, hey, we're going to pay honor to the soldiers. We're going to memorialize them. We created Memorial Day. You understand? Much of the culture was created by us, ladies and gentlemen. All of the things that are positive in American culture, we pretty much created that. Again, I've talked about this before, the concept of a family reunion. That's us. That's foundational Black Americans. We created that because after slavery, we were going around trying to find our family members, and we would put up notices. Hey, if you're part of this family or that family, if this is your last name, if this is your cousin, we're all going to meet in Atlanta on um, November 8th, 1879. If you're part of this family, if you know somebody who's part of this family, you know somebody's mama, cousin, uncle, daughter, we're all going to meet in Alabama and Birmingham on Saturday, June 5th, 1883. That became what we now know as family reunions. We were getting together, piecing our families together, because remember, in slavery, they were selling people all over the place, and we wanted to be with our families. It was selling your mama here, sold your daddy there, sold your daughter there. So the first thing we did after slavery, we went around looking for our family. Don't let people run this whole thing. We're not family oriented. Foundational Black Americans, we've always been family oriented. Always. We've always been family oriented. We've always prioritized our families. Don't let nobody get that shit twisted. We've always prioritized our families. We've always believed in families. That's why these people have to attack our families. They really started attacking the family structure in the 1960s, 1970s, because they realized that was the thing that was keeping us intact. They realized, hey, man, why are these Black folks? And we're throwing everything at these people and they're still maintaining, they still have dignity. What is it about these people? They say, hey, you know what? Family. These people are very family oriented. Let's attack that. Let's send some of these white feminists in here. You know what? Let's send some white feminists in here. And since it's the 1960s, let's get some of these white hippies, some of these throwaway white women, and throw them at some of these Negroes, because that's what a lot of them want. We've been denying these Negroes white sexual access for a long time. We'll get a couple of the scrub white women and throw them at these Negroes, and let's kind of shake that family structure up a little bit. Let's get some public housing going on, and let's just put some of the women in there and make sure the men can't go in those houses. And we'll do little searches every few months to kind of inspect the homes to see if any men are living in there to make
T,
sure they
I
get up out
remember
of there.
those days, T. I remember those
Yeah,
days because when the social worker came by, my stepfather had to leave. And then when the
yeah.
social worker came in, my mother had to explain where the toaster came from, where this came from. And if my mother couldn't explain this, she would withhold funding. And not only that, they used to put me and my sister in foster care. I've been to foster care three
Mm,
times. They took me when I was 3, they took me when I was 11, and they took me when I was 14. They kept trying to take me, but I kept running away. So that's what they used to do. So if you ever seen that series on Netflix, Crack, when they talked about that white nurse over there in Memphis or somewhere, on how she was taking them black women, children, all because they tested cocaine in their system. I was part of that. I went through that shit. And my mother wasn't
wow.
even on drugs. They just did it all because of the social worker. If the social worker came in the house, if they saw a man or anything, if they saw a man's shoes, a man clothes or anything, they would withhold funding from the woman. Not only that, she would lose her housing. Then they would put the kids in the foster care. That's what black women went
Wow.
through in the late 70s and 80s, and I have the evidence and the records to prove it. I went through it. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So hey, I
man,
just want to drop my plane there, man. Thank you, T. And hey, our fight is deep, bro. Our fight
real
goes.
talk. Man, yeah, it's heavy, man. It's heavy. And going to the foster thing, notice, man, when they get, we've been seeing a lot of stories where these folks have been adopting these black kids. Out there in Virginia, they had like a white couple had some black kids and they were treating them like slaves, had them living in a barn and all of that stuff. And they usually get kids from Africa when they do that. That's the reason why. When they adopt black kids, they like to get kids who are African for a couple of reasons. One, a lot of foundational black Americans, we don't really put our children up for adoption. Our children get taken away from us. They'll find some little arbitrary reason to take our children from us. You understand? And what happens is, like our brother who just called said, our kids will run away from a damn foster home. You understand? Some of our kids, we're like, hey, I'm about to get the hell up out of here. I'm gonna find me a map and find my way back to the crib. Our kids will get the hell on up out of foster care and find home somewhere, find a cousin. They'll get the hell on up out of there. Whereas you get a kid from Africa, you put them in foster care, and some white couple adopts them and they're abusing them. Those kids don't have nowhere to go. That's why they like getting them. That's why they love getting these kids over from these foreign places, and they don't know anybody. And you can tell, like when I'm out and about and I see white people and they got like a little black kid with them, and you can tell the black kid is like not from here. And also they always dress them. Have y'all noticed when you see white people with adopted black kids, they dress them in these old 1873 types of clothes. It's always these weird Jim Crow outfits they be having these kids in. That pisses me off. I remember, like, where were we, dear, when we saw some white people with a black girl. Where were we? It was a couple of years ago. We were somewhere at a park, um, up in Moore Park. The thing, what's the thing? The pumpkin patch thing. Yeah, you remember? I was because I was about to say something to their ass. It was a white couple and they had the black girl, and black girl looked like the goddamn color purple. It looked, yeah, and I was that pissed me off. You remember that? And I was, yeah, her hair wasn't done, and man, it just pissed me off. It really, really, really pissed me off seeing that. You know, and you can kind of sense that the kid's probably being abused or something. I don't like it. I don't like it.
This is the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, black, American culture.
The roots of hip hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
And that narrative that hip-hop has had 3 founding fathers, which isn't true. Hip-hop was created by a number of different people.
I am Coke La Rock, the first MC of hip-hop, first cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it.
My name is Legendary King Trixie. So I am the first breakdancer.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip hop.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
They want to come in the mix, they want to say, we started. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip hop was solely an African-American creation.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.